The Blue by Jason Isbell is going to be played in standard tuning, and it will be capoed on the 2nd fret of the guitar. From this point forward, I'll be speaking about these chord shapes as though the capo is the nut, and saying shapes like B minor, even though technically this is a C sharp minor based on the capo. And I'll be referring to frets as frets 1, 2, 3, and 4 instead of the real frets of 3, 4, 5, and 6, etc. All right, so the intro of the song. Also, let me say, the studio recording of this song is recorded on electric. There are several videos, or a couple of videos out there of Jason Isbell playing this acoustic on YouTube. The chords translate the same from acoustic to electric. I'm obviously showing you here on an acoustic. All right, the intro is going to begin with a slide and then kind of a pop into a chord. So I'm using my ring finger on the 5 string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret. So I'm striking the 7th fret and immediately sliding it to the relative 9th fret. And then with my first finger, I'll use my first finger to bar the relative 7th fret of strings 4 and 3. And if you also bar the 7th fret of string 2, it doesn't kill the chord, but all that I really hear happening there are strings 5, 4, and 3. So hit, down, slide to the 9, strum up on the barred 7 frets there. The second chord is this. So this is kind of a difficult chord to get to ring out correctly. You put your ring finger on the relative 7th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 6th string. Your first finger needs to bar the relative 5th fret of strings 5 and 4. And then in doing this, if you can let the open 3 string ring out, which is really very difficult for me to do clean, and even if the open 2 string were to ring out, that would be okay. What you don't want to do though, is you don't want your first finger to be barring the 3 string on the 5 fret, because that does kill the chord. And that's naturally kind of what my finger wants to do as I bend it, is I want to just bar 5, 4, and 3 right there with my ring finger on the 6th string, 7th fret. But if you get to that kills the chord. So either only strum strings 6, 5, and 4, or get proficient enough with making this chord cleanly that you can bend this knuckle just enough so that you are fretting strings 5 and 4 on the 5 fret and allowing for string 3 to escape unfretted, and that's, in the moment, very kind of difficult for me to do. But first chord, slide up, pop up, and then go to this chord. And then the next chord is going to be an A shape. So an open 5 string, then fret with your first finger the second fret of strings 4, 3, and 2. So this strumming pattern on the A is like a down, up, and then. So just down, up on the A. You can hear on the second chord, I kind of skipped over it. Down, up, down. So after the down, up on the A chord, you immediately hit another up, but on the second up, you need to go ahead and put your second ring and pinky fingers down into B minor position. So ring finger goes down to the 4 string 4 fret, pinky finger goes down to the 3 string 4 fret, second finger goes down to the 2 string 3 fret. You strike up there, and as you're striking up, it's important to be able to coordinate here. Your first finger needs to be moving to flesh out the rest of that B minor on the 5 string 2 fret. Because after you strum up on those B minor chords, you need to then go down and down plug that 5 string 2 fret with your pick. Wasn't even hitting the 5 string right there, but and then repeat. Also on the slide, if you want to start the slide lower down on the neck, you can, just as long as you time it so that you're getting up to that little pop at the right point. Sometimes in this B minor, you can hear the open 1 string get plucked, then back into the. Now sometimes acoustic, and it rolls that way in the verse over and over again. Sometimes acoustic, I've seen Jason Isbell just play this as just play it as a D chord to a G chord to an A chord to a B minor chord or B minor 7, all the while leaving the ring finger planted on the 2 string 3 fret. So the D chord would be an open 4 string, second finger on the 3 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 2 string 3 fret, open 1 string, and then G chord. Just go with your second finger to 6 string 3 fret. Let your 6 string mute out the 5 string, open 4, open 3, ring finger where it was. Then for the A chord, leave your ring finger where it is, move with your first finger to the 4 string 2 fret. You've got the open 5 on bottom. Let your first finger block out the 3 string, and you've got your ring finger where it was. And then the B chord. We're actually going to be using this B chord. We'll be using these standard shapes in just a second for the chorus anyway. First finger to the 5 string 2 fret, pinky finger to the 4 string 4 fret, an open 3 string, and ring finger where it's been the whole time on the 2 string 3 fret. So sometimes I do see Jason Isbell, or there's a video out there of him playing it acoustic and not doing it like the album Electric Way. That would be the album Electric Way. There's another version of him playing it acoustic, just going D to G, to the A, to the B minor, to the D, to the G, to the A, to the B minor. Okay, so whenever we cycle through that verse, I don't know, like maybe 8 times or something, it then gets to the chorus. The chorus, the last time through the verse, it just holds the A. It doesn't bounce up to the B minor. So A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, and then we go to the B minor chord. So B minor chord to a G chord, same G chord that I talked about earlier, to a D chord, same D chord as I talked about earlier, to an A chord. So some embellishments that happen here on the D chord is sometimes the E string is left open. Sometimes Jason Isbell will hammer on with the second finger to the 1 string 2 fret in the D chord. And in the A chord always begins as just the bar with the 2 string 2 fret ringing out, but halfway through the A chord, Jason Isbell will almost always put down his ring finger onto the 2 string 3 fret, and you get a feel like in the chorus. The first B minor of the chorus is always just kind of a normal B minor of first finger on the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 4 fret, pinky finger on the 3 string 4 fret, second finger on the 2 string 3 fret, and an open 1 string, strumming from the 5 string down. But so that's only the first B minor of the chorus. All other B minors leave up the pinky finger to make it, I guess, a B minor 7 chord with an open 3 string. Sometimes also, another embellishment here, is like every other time moving to the G chord. Sometimes it's just B minor to the G chord. Sometimes it's a B minor walking to the G chord by going B minor, open the 5 string, and strum across that, and then go to the G chord. So like B minor, open the 5, G chord, as opposed to just B minor, G. So B minor, G to the D, hammer if you wish, A, B minor 7, 5, G to the D, to the A, and you can hear how that A is going from a traditional A major to then suspending it with your ring finger down on the 2 string 3 fret, and then back. After I recorded this lesson, I realized that I left something out very important right here, so I'm coming back in to discuss it. In the G chord, very often, if not every time, you hear Jason Isbell roll from a standard G major to this. The way that you do that is that you go from your ring finger being on the 2 string 3 fret to you're going to put your first finger down instead on the 2 string 2 fret right behind that ring finger and lift up your ring finger so that you're getting that note to come in, which is I guess that is a C sharp that's running in right there. So you've got your second finger still on the 6 string 3 fret, your second finger still muting the 4 string, you've still got an open 4 string, still got an open 3 string, and now you've got your first finger down on the 2 string 2 fret, and then that ring finger will go right back down as you're transitioning to the D. So B minor to the G, to that with a C sharp in it, to the D chord, to the A chord. The bridge is going to be a C major chord, ring finger on the 5 string 3 fret, second finger on the ring finger on the 5 string 3 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 2 fret, open 3 string, first finger on the 2 string 1 fret. Sometimes in the C chord, after like the first down, up, and then the next down, a lot of times you can hear the pinky finger go down on the 2 string 3 fret. So you've got the C to the G chord to a D chord. But before you get to a D chord, there's a walk down that happens in this G of G, F sharp, E minor, D chord. So you get the C chord to a G, way that walk down will work is G chord, and then go with your second finger to the 6th string 2 fret, and then open up the 6th string, and then pinky finger all the while remaining on the 2 string 3 fret. Pull your second finger back to the 3 string 2 fret to make the D chord. That's what Jason Isbell does. You've got the open 4 string, and you can have the open 1 string here. There's your G chord. So C to the G, and that E note comes, I think, kind of on an up kick, like G, F sharp, E to the D. Repeat C to the G, walk down to the D, and then the second time through the bridge, it goes to the A minor or to the A major chord, so that you can then wheel around back to the B minor, where you've got more bridge lyrics happening over the minor feel of B minor to the G chord to the D chord to the A chord to the B minor to the G to the D, and then I think it finishes with the original riff. So, those are the chords and the movements to Blue by Jason Isbell, or The Blue rather. I hope this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.